Hey, good morning. We're going to talk right now about how to locate things for Google Classroom. So, right now, I'm on our ClassLink page, which hopefully you've been signed into. You should see the icon Google Classroom right here. See right here, Google Classroom. And we want to go ahead and click on Google Classroom, and that should open us to a page that's going to list all of our classes. So right now you can see I have a lot of classes listed. A lot of them look the same, Math 8.2, Math 8.2, Math 8.1. So before the beginning of the school year, I'm going to go in and I'm going to change the name of these classes so that when my students look at this Google Class page, they should see my name with eighth grade math. And for sixth graders, you should see your teacher's name with sixth grade science, sixth grade math, whatever it is, you will have classes listed. Now, you may have two classes listed, one for first semester and one for second semester. So, first off, if they're asking you to accept classes, you accept them. Do not decline them because once you decline, they're gone. Once you accept them, if you have to get rid of them later, it's not that big of a deal. So, here are going to be where you're going to find your classes. Now, say for example, you switch classes, you haven't been added to the Google Classroom yet, and you want to join. Right here, this plus button, when you open that up, you can join a class and your teacher will provide you with the class code. This will also be used if you wind up doing a reteach, retest for one of your subjects. If you have to retake a test, you may have to go to a reteach classroom and they will provide you with a class code and you will join that Google Classroom. So now that we have our Google Classroom, let's look at where we would find assignments in there. So I'm going to go to a classroom that I was a student in, just to show you some examples of assignments. Okay, so when you open or go into a class, this is what the front page looks like. You're going to wind up typically on the stream page. This is where your teacher may send you messages that are about assignments or just in general give you messages on the day. Not all teachers use stream. Classwork is where you'll find classwork or the assignments that you have. So on your classwork page, you have things that typically are broken out by sections. These sections are created by your teacher. So most teachers use what topic headings, but not all of them do. Everything that's a topic heading will also be listed over here on the left-hand side. So if I want to jump around, say right now I only see introduction, chapter 1, chapter 2. If I want to jump to chapter 6, I can come over here and hit chapter 6, and it's going to bring me all the way down to the things listed for chapter 6. I want to get back to another location, I can choose that from here as well. Okay. If I'm at all topics, it's literally just going to, I can page through and see everything that's been entered, no matter what topic it's under. If I want to view my work, okay, viewing your work, you have the ability to look at all. When you're looking at all, if they have been graded, you will see a score over here. If they have not been graded and they have yet to come due, you will see pending. If they have come due and you haven't turned it in, you will see missing. And that's like where you see over here. Or I'm sorry, we'll also say assigned if it has been graded. So I can look at assigned. Right now I don't have anything assigned because I've done all the assignments. Returned to me. So these are the ones that have been returned to me and graded. Missing, I don't have any missing assignments. If I did, this is where they would be at. But usually you're going to look at the all section. To go back to this class, I'm just going to click back on the topic right here and go back to classwork. And if I want to turn in an assignment, okay, typically you open an assignment, you want to view the assignment. And if there's an attachment for the assignment, it will show up here in your work. If I wanted to create my own document to put in there, like, or maybe I've already done it in Google, I could add or create a Google Doc, a Google Slide, a Google Sheet, a Google Drawing right here. Or I can find something that I've already created in my Google Drive or a file from my computer. But say I want to create a Google Slide. So I can say create Google Slide. So let's put test file, video tech how to. That's what we're doing. So I've created this file. It says Caroline Egan, and it says chapter 1 because that's the name of the assignment that I was in when I created this. Okay. So if I go back here, I can turn this in. Mine says resubmit because this isn't, I've already submitted it once, but yours would say turn in. Now, once I turn it in, I no longer have the ability to edit the file. I can look at it from the classroom, but I can't edit it. So say I submit it, I'm going to turn it in. So if I submit it and I want to change something on there, maybe my teacher hasn't graded it yet, or she's returned it to me, I can unsubmit it and I have access again to that information. So once you turn it in, you no longer have the ability to edit until your teacher returns the assignment to you, or you hit unsubmit. Now remember, if you hit unsubmit, that means that your teacher's not going to know to grade it. So after you do whatever corrections you have to resubmit it. So that is how you turn in an assignment. Going back again, for missing assignments, if we're in classwork and we go to view your work, you can simply look over here for missing and look in that location. Graded, things assigned, but not yet having to be turned in. Let's go back to the main page here. We're going to go back to classwork. Now at the top, you'll see some other interesting things. So we had view your work. That's where we were at beforehand. We have Google Calendar and we have class drive folder. So if I go to the Google Calendar, this will bring up your calendar in Google. And there's not any listed right now, but for your classes, once people assign or give you assignments, they will appear here on your Google Calendar and they will be color coded based on the topic color of that class. So for example, for math class, it's red. So your red would be math. For science, it's a different color. For social studies, it's a different color. Okay, so when we're looking at our calendar, all our assignments will appear on the calendar when they are due, and they will be color coded based on class. You should also be putting this information into your paper planner. The other thing you see up here is class drive folder, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But before we do, I want you to go back to your class list. So we're just in one class. To go to my full class list, I'm going to click here and go classes. Other options, I can click here and I can scroll down and find a direct class that I want to go to. And I can go directly to that class. So here, this is my 7-1 Lunch class. I'm going to look at all the classes. So when you're looking at all the classes, you have these 3 dots right here. And one of the things the 3 dots allows you to do is it allows you to move the order of your classroom. So for example, I have 7-2, which means lunch 7th grade, 2nd semester, lunch 7th grade, 1st semester. Of course, I want the 1st semester to come before the 2nd semester. So I can either go move and pick the class I want it to be behind, just like that. Or I'm going to move some of these math 8-2s. If I want to move this one, I can hit move and do the same thing. Or I can just grab this and I can drag it to where I want it to be. Right? So I can change the order 2 ways. Go 3 dots and move, and then choose the one I want it to be in front of. or I can simply just grab it up here in the colored space and drag it over. So one thing we want to do at the beginning of the school year is you want to go through your classes after they've been named by your teacher, and you want to drag all your first semester classes to the top, and you want to have them in order, your first period, second period, all the way through 8. So 1 through 8, right? That's what you'll want to have in order so that they're at the top of your classes list and they're easy to locate. So that is all for Google Classroom right now. Um, Basics of Google Classroom that should be able to get you around and get you started on the school year.